Welcome back to some professional StarCraft, 2 of the top European professionals in a best of 3. At least I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3. You never know with pro gamers. In the top left, from team makers, Demour, The Wall, Showtime, and in the bottom right, convincing me he was 22 years old despite looking like he's 14. Actually 17, but he totally convinced me. You dick. Never trust a Frenchman. But the French Terran player with a bright future and even brighter micro from Infinity Gaming Europe. It is Clem! Mate, this isn't observing. Wardy. You wouldn't know observing if someone proxied a robo and built an observer in your... Okay, you know what? I think he had someone else do it for a sec. I don't even know. The observer meta need to stand up for 3 minutes. Guys, take it outside. Take it outside. For the first time. I don't need the drama. Does Naruto hate Wardy? Did Wardy wrong Naruto? Find out more on Rifkin's Twitter account. Meanwhile, 1 gate expand. And 1... Reaper expand. Well, Reaper expand. So we're going to the textbook. Showtime didn't decide to wall off with his first buildings here. He's gonna... It looks like he's gonna at least think about it with the follow-ups. Yeah, a little bit of a suspicious positioning for Showtime to have his probe. Like, yeah, this is super weird. Is he gonna take a third? I guess this could be watching for a medevac or something, but... So, just to define these players, you gotta do the intro like, let's talk about the players. Okay. Stop making fun of casting while you're doing it. Goddamn. Showtime, known for his super safe, honestly, like, a slightly less accomplished Neeb. That sounds... It sounds mean, but the statistics bear it out. He's probably the second best foreign Protoss out there. Very slightly behind Neeb. He has his moments where it looks like he's going to go far, but just doesn't quite make it there. He's made a lot of money. All right? Like, you know, there's another way to measure people. How much money they've made, right? So Showtime, did you know there's a Korean Protoss player who played in Wings of Liberty called Showtime? I forgot. I played for Team FXO. That's a name. Showtime has made $262,000. So that's not bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is an Adept dying to a Reaper? What happened here? It must have run into the Widow Mine. There's no way. Not the Widow Mine, the bunker. Meanwhile, Clem has only made $27,000. That's actually lower than I thought. Clem, of course, is like 10 years younger and hasn't been playing professionally nearly as long, but I think Clem is going to be upping that number significantly in 2020. It depends on certain things, but oh my god, speaking of, goodbye, Oracle, good night, and good luck, and get the fuck out of here. The Widow Mine just connects. He knocks out all the Adepts. That is, like, essentially the worst thing that can happen to you when you open Oracle, is just losing it, doing literally nothing. And then he also lost the Adepts doing essentially nothing. The Widow Mine on the very edge of the base, coming in clutch there. The meta, there was a year where every single Protoss opened Oracle, and we played Hide the Widow Mine, where Terran players just started randomly putting him out in, like, the middle of the map. They were literally going fishing. Then we got to the point where everybody tried to be super clever and do stuff like this, like hide it out of vision, so it's harder to tell, like behind the orbital dish and the mineral line. And nowadays it's just like people just kind of randomly decide. Will he notice this one? He spotted that one. That one's obvious. Just goes into the main. Is there another one in here? Sometimes I don't even notice and I'm observing. It's like it's like playing the lottery a little bit with your oracles. Of course, you can hedge your bets by paying close attention, but if you win, you get to stay alive, whereas if you lose, which is much more likely, you die. So you got to be very, very careful with those oracles early on. Vikings, not a bad counter to probes. I like the Viking harass players have been throwing in. It's a real thing. Oh. Stasis catches a Widowmine and a Marine, which... That's okay. Viking getting real damage done. Fly! Fly, you fool! This is happening. The oracles come back to angrily look at the Viking. That's about all they can do right now. Solid army coming out of Clem. Shield battery's on the way. Stasis ward, but I think Clem's gonna spot it and easily trigger it there. There is an immortal. Shield batteries are nearly done. Once he has the shield batteries and Clem can't attack it, he doesn't have stim and combat shields. It appears Showtime is gonna have more than enough to shut this down. He's got a tag and an observer. So, Clem behind this is taking his third on location. Oh, that Marine was released from stasis to death. Not a great transition. There's no charge. Charge is still a long way off. Showtime going straight into Disruptor as well. So, this is a trademark of Clem. Clem is... I don't think he overextends on this type of army composition, but he'll be up in your grill putting on pressure. I'm really surprised. It's really cool to see Showtime opening up with a Disruptor here. That can be super helpful against the Widowmine army. The Widowmine's closing in. Charge just now finishing up, but the Widowmines are in such a nice spot. He wants to drag them in if possible. The Revelation's there. Disruptor shot goes out. He tries to target. The shield battery almost saves the day, but the Disruptor is targeted down in time. The force fields help isolate some of the units, but Oracle's going to get knocked down by Widowmines. Clem continues to start. Well, he's tearing through everything at the front. Down goes the Immortal. Another Widowmine going to burrow. The charge lots in a world of fire. Suddenly, there's not much left over here. GG Clem rips through. It came down to one Disruptor shot, but it did not land. And without the shot, there's not much more. Clem keeps the pressure on. Honestly, you got a lot of ground to make up. When you lose the Adepts and the Oracle like that, it's just think of the investment. 150 per Oracle. All your gateway time early on the Adepts. You have to build another Oracle because otherwise you really just don't even have anything. So in that case, Showtime was already behind. Going for the third base, and if you can hold on to it, that's how you catch up a little bit. But he didn't hold on to it. It was a gamble to go for tech instead of just straight gateway units. I guess it's partially like if a Terran's micro is good enough, straight gateway units aren't going to cut it. They'll be able to kite the Zealots and target the Stalkers and Immortals and all that for so long that they're going to get whittled down. So going for something like a Disruptor it's a wild card. Just wasn't quite enough. Next map is Nightshade. The map that multiple times has been brightened because people complained it was too dark, and they still complain that it is too dark, which is customary. I mean, the name is Nightshade, so Showtime not walling off the Reaper once again. I think we've seen a bit of a trend away. I'm not confident calling it a trend yet, but the makings of a trend. Zest hasn't been walling off against Reapers early. Showtime now is not going for the Reaper wall either, even though this map is relatively easy to wall off against it. At this point, only like half the time are Terrans making Reapers themselves. So the whole meta / mind game, I wonder if at some point it'll get to the point where so few people are walling off that Reapers become like 95% of the time again, and then we'll see walling off and it'll shift back. It's the early game meta just kind of rotates like that pretty often. Every few months it shifts in another direction. It doesn't even have anything to do with the maps usually. I guess if there's a map where you can wall off with one pylon, of course everyone's going to do it, and every Terran's going to complain, but where it's a little bit more ambiguous, it's a matter of, I guess, personal opinion. There's a lot of SCVs out on the map looking for things right now. Not entirely sure what they're all up to. I think one of them was poking at the probe. The other one pulled off to deal with it. Wait, did he scout? No. Yeah, he just had 3 SCVs off the line. Reaper's nearly complete. He's going to spot the gate. Will he spot for a wall? And will you go up the ramp? See what he looks at. Sees there's not going to be a wall immediately. Scouts in, sees the amount of chrono boost. Cybercore pylon placements. Reaper can come across and find some more information. Adept will be chrono boosted out. Stargate is the choice again. I don't think it's a bad choice. It just went very poorly last game. Oh no. Clem took...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Not only did he lose the Reaper, he scouted the Stargate, but he lost the Reaper. Now the Adept comes straight across the map. Not nearly as good of a start for Clem here. Losing the Reaper means all units can be sent directly across. He's just going to bully the Marines. Oh, didn't quite get in there in time. He might even be able to delay the bunker. He will. Oh, run! Oh, he's dead. Okay, this is getting a little awkward. A single Hellion comes out, though. That will change the equation. This is, he just kind of gets in. Alright, so this is getting weird. The Adepts are doing a lot of damage. And he should be able to kill the Hellion. There is an Oracle almost done, remember. So the more he whittles down this Marine count, the more opportunity he has to just kind of kill all the Marines. So a Whittle Mine is spotted. A lot of scouting info there. This Oracle has a much higher likelihood of oh my god. Clem still is the lottery. I hate you, Clem. Oh, Showtime was actually going that direction, but he's decided to fight heads up. He was looking for the mine a little bit there as well. Look, the Viking will drive him back. Okay. Does not lose the Oracle, though. That's pretty much all of the important stuff early. Third Nexus is already on the way. This was a very greedy build out of Showtime. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god, don't do it. Don't. Does he see it? He's waiting. Oh my god.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
One HP. It gets out to report back. Oh my god. I can't believe that mine worked. Showtime has to be so rustled right now. Like, that's one of those. You can't. You can't be expected to watch every split second of your oracles. That's just... And the Widowmine just... going about its business, just chilling. The thing here is, though, even though he killed that Oracle, Clem, his stim, combat shields, and +1 are not lining up in such a way that Showtime will be under quite as much pressure as last game. Showtime got his third up safer. He had 2 Oracles for a time, so, and also some SCVs and Marines were killed early. So, I'd say it's about 80% of the strength of last game. They're just, he didn't slam the first push nearly as hard. This time there's going to be a Raven involved, which did delay the medevacs. Is that SCV for a third? Yeah. Well, this push is obviously coming here. Charge is already going to be done. Is there any no upgrades? Is there a Forge? No Forge. It's going to be Phoenix Disruptor. Now, the Disruptor wanted to save the day last time. It just didn't pull it off. How many? There are 6 gates. Widowmines are spotted. A great tag here. Wait, does he still have the Oracle? He does. Scans the armory. Oh, he got the Raven! He sacrificed 2 Phoenixes, but getting the Raven makes these charge lots way more of an option. Will he fire the shot? He's holding on to the shot. That's a lot of charge lots, by the way. Okay. The hell is that, Showtime? Showtime. I mean, he got a Widowmine. Oh, nice force fields there. No Guardian Shield, but there's not enough bio to really work through this. Meanwhile, a Viking was killed by an Oracle in a confusing turn of events. The Oracle finally sends its regards. Well, he now has 2 Disruptors, so he should be able to work down these Widowmines here. Fires a shot to zone out. Okay, Showtime. Well, that's not how you do that. The Disruptor's significantly underwhelming so far, but they're doing what they need to do at least. Pick up the Widowmine. There it is. Doing a little better this time. The Disruptors are joining the party. The thing is, he doesn't have any upgrades on those charge lots. No armor. A Widowmine drop came through and killed 7 probes, and suddenly it's 54 to 54 workers. Clem has another base. While he hasn't done the critical game-ending damage quite yet, Showtime is still struggling. The lack of upgrades. He's reliant on this splash damage that is inherently unreliable. Disruptors against someone like Clem, well, he hasn't proven their value yet. There's enough gateways to keep production up. He's got a Colossus, which is going to help out. If Clem tries to push the issue, that's when bad things can happen. Like, Disruptors are a good defensive unit. They're not so great at attacking. These are some of the most underwhelming Disruptor shots I have. Like, okay, I guess he's whittling down the Widowmines. That is super important to be able to use your charge lots. A scan. The force field's still going. Showtime refuses to budge on this. The charge lot's about to figure out that, yeah, he can expand to other locations like the front. Drop heads out to the north. Observer spots that last Widowmine. Watch him just fight. Really? Does it even hit? Okay. Not the greatest use of a Disruptor either. Widowmine drop comes in, shut down. Nicely done. So Clem is really trying to force the issue here. He's going to retreat and just chill. Oh, there's a lot back at home. He's up to 5 ranks. Showtime is down to 1 Disruptor. I don't think he's hit a single unit that wasn't a Widowmine yet with it. And Widowmines don't run away nearly as fast. Showtime, though, has held the line. He's built up multiple Colossi. 1-1 and extended thermal lance on the way, but Clem already has 2-2 and is building 4 Vikings at a time. What? Showtime just A-clicked his own Oracle out of the sky. Showtime! No! Don't! Okay, I need... You know what? I need to see that again. I need to, like... I need to make sure I just saw what I think I saw. Immersion ruin, but, like... Sacrifices must be made. That wasn't even close to being, like... anywhere he should be... And that oracle was a very important part of keeping track of the army. He really wants to have revelation on this. I wouldn't be surprised if he remakes it. 1-1 will finish up. The upgrades will be even for another minute or so. Two for Clem is going to be a deciding factor. Does he push the issue with it? Showtime has another base. He's building a Dark Shrine. Showtime, I was just watching some Zest. And Zest was also doing this, kind of like skipping High Templar to go for DT Archons. And also just DTs in general. Showtime playing much like Zest, at least lately. I'm not sure if this match was before or after. Maybe Zest is playing like Showtime. That's a lot of Vikings. But the Phoenixes can help box out for the Colossi. There needs to be target fire on the Vikings. A Liberator coming up. A weird... The fight kind of starts. Blink is not done for another split second. He has it now. He blinks forward, but the bio stims forward as well. Liberator unloading on the probes. Showtime reacts. He's got to be very careful. Oh, he fires a shot. Ooh, nice chunky hit. A scan, and Clem decides he's had enough of this. Things were getting a little bit too standard and boring for Mr. Clem over here. He's gonna split off 4 medevacs into a Doom drop. Showtime not ready for it, but his army is back at home, not coming across the map. This Nexus could easily be taken out. He can get out before losing much, if at all. Does he scan? No, he's not even gonna risk it. He's getting up and he's getting out. There goes. Oh no! He gets trapped on the way out. He's gonna lose 1, 2 medevacs, 3. Okay, wait a second. I don't know. I don't know if this was worth it. He got a base. But that's not an incredibly important base. He didn't really get any probes. And he lost 3 medevacs and most of the units that go in those medevacs. Of course, he replaces them immediately. Shadow Stride is on the way. Are you crazy? Blink DTs. Oh, the pathing a little odd here. He might want to take down the rocks. Trying to chase the units down. He's hunting them all the way home. And he will be getting them. The Blink Stalkers! Who needs force field when we got bodies? Meanwhile, this is happening. Zealots warped in under a flying factory. Zealots working their way into the 4th. Well, that's really the 3rd, but a planetary at the 4th. Disruptor, an exploratory shot. If you're going to fight a planetary, you got to make a decision. Are you going or are you staying? Because if you go, it's going to be trouble. But if you stay, it's going to be double. There's a couple disruptors in the mix. 2 Nexi in production at once. That includes the natural being rebuilt. The upgrades are 2-2 versus 2-2. Both sides getting +3 at similar timings now. Clem didn't get on top of 3-3 as quick. Phoenixes looking for an opportunity. Do they have +1 air? They do not. He's getting it now, actually. Liberators coming up. Disruptor looking for a shot. Doesn't find it. The Liberators creating a no-go line. Nice split at the last second there for Clem. Both sides have a lot of killing potential. It's really going to come down to the disruptor shots and the angles of the Liberators. Okay, well that disruptor didn't do much. How many Ruptors does he have? 3. So not enough to just be throwing them out in every direction. Got to keep repositioning that Liberator. Showtime looking for an opportunity. The Liberator's forced to retreat a little further. Liberator range is not quite done yet. Vikings looking for a shot. Fade away from the Ruptor. Vikings still going to work. Phoenixes at the front. Another disruptor shot. Not finding much. Clem getting a lot of damage done onto the Colossi. Liberators. Both sides still maxed out, despite all the exchanges during this. 1 Colossi at next to no HP. The Liberator's forced to constantly reposition. He has 7 of them and 7 Vikings. Showtime looking for another opportunity. A cancel there from Clem. The Liberator sieging up. It looks like range is indeed done. The upgrades are even. A single Zealot gonna block a base from landing. Showtime refuses to give up this position. Nothing happening on the other side. Clem finally sending out some units. The sensor tower... Well, are we gonna base trade? But he's already at your base! This is not the time to base trade! He's already killing your base! Meanwhile, the rest of the units are going across the map. There's enough... Okay, this is gonna get weird, because recall is on the table. All of the units for Clem. He's not even gonna try to hold his base. He's gonna lose everything at home. Clem just says, fuck it, here we go. A lot of probes already dying. When does he choose to recall? A couple Liberators on the high ground. That's not enough to stop this. More Liberators being built. You can't recall Terran units. Very important fact. Alright. Coming up the ramp, the Stalker's going to deal with the Liberators. There is a scenario. Does he have Cloak for the Ghosts? He technically does. He just skips one of the next eye, which is an interesting choice. Buildings are in the air. Showtime, the army supply is 144 to 135. Showtime still has a bank. He could warp in for a few more seconds. Upgrades... +1 shields getting taken out. Dark Shrine being targeted. 2 Dark Templar warped in. He does have EMP for some semi-detection here, so... Are any of the DTs... Wait, which side of the map? What's going on? There are Phoenixes. This is happening. I don't even know why Clem decided... Clem was just like, I'm sick of this. But... this is one of the most unnecessary base trades I've ever seen. If Clem loses, it's because he's impatient. Oh, that DT, EMP knocks it out, and also one of the Ghost Energy, but whatever. The army supply is in favor of Showtime by a pretty large margin. So are the workers. More EMPs to kill DTs. He got rid of the Dark Shrine. Both sides are supply blocked. One planetary is intact. A single command center will land. Both sides have money to rebuild somewhat. The armies are coming across. And now it looks like we're going to do the same thing, but on the other side? The medevacs are nearly out of energy. He may have EMP'd them accidentally. That's something to... Oh, the Vikings! I mean, not the Vikings, the Phoenixes die. So, we're still going to continue this dance of Liberators, Vikings, and all the rest. But the Vikings can easily take out the Colossi. Disruptor shots! Not finding great connections. Are there any more shots? The Liberators doing a lot of damage. Showtime forced back. The Vikings taking down the last Colossus. It looks like Clem might have enough here. There's still 2 Disruptors intact. He drops the Vikings. Clem making use of these... What am I watching? What is this? Clem has next to no production. There's still Disruptors, though. Oh, the Link Stalker. Oh. The SCVs are fighting what's left of Showtime's base over here, which... This is the base that was taken out earlier, but is now... So, Showtime could go around. He could Planetary Fortress Rush. Showtime is rebuilding gateways in this location. Base trade... It's more like the bases are just getting closer and closer together. But Showtime has rebuilt a base, which Clem has obviously scouted here. Big Disruptor! Big! Oh, another one! That one hits. But that's both the Disruptors down. So Showtime now no longer has that massive splash damage. But does he have enough units? Does he have enough units? There's not that many Liberators. The medevacs are out of energy. He's gonna have to give up this base. This is happening. Clem is able to rebuild now because he's on supply block because he lost all his SCVs. The bases are floating. Showtime still has an economy, I guess. He's rebuilding this Nexus. He's chasing down the orbitals. There's still the planetary on the other side. That's the only orbital. Not a huge deal. Well, a huge deal because he lost his orbital, but otherwise. Repair being used. It appears Clem, with his ridiculous base trade, has brought himself into this scenario. EMPs land. SCVs try their best. There's no way Showtime's going to let the Liberators get real damage done. There's just too many units now, it seems. The Liberator's trying their best, but he's whittled it down to 4. Showtime still has production, and it's been enough. EMP's landing, but he's running out of ghosts and energy. He can just go for it now. He can dunk right over the top. He decides he doesn't want to take that risk, and that's probably a smart move. Meanwhile... No, there's no meanwhile. This is it. Blinks forward. There's not enough units left. In one of in an unnecessary but incredibly dramatic base trade. Clem. Wait, what? They're a Marine. What? Clem is taken down. And we're going to game 3. It actually looked like Clem might be able to pull that rabbit out of the hat there. He just really didn't want to fight the army anymore. He went across the map. I'm not gonna sit here being harassed by your disruptors and blink stalkers all day. I've had enough. No longer. Game 3. I feel like if Clem just, like, if he just took his foot off the gas like 10%, he would have been able to lock that game down. If he just chilled out for like 30 seconds in there. Eternal Empire. The new Cloud Kingdom is the decider. Now, thank you again to Wardy for all his amazing games he sends out. And also you for watching. Remember, if you like watching foreign Terran players proxy racks, to smash that like button. If you don't like watching foreign Terran players proxy racks, smash that like button and then close the video. Because Clem is proxy rexing, but only one, not two, just the one. Wait, oh no! Whoa, 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 whoa! Did he see it? That's a bold move, Clem. Let's see if it pans out. That was very close to being scouted. That was about 1 or 2 seconds. It's pretty obvious Showtime doesn't. So, this is one of those things that only works if your opponent is good. Like, if your opponent is Diamond or something, and they just click their probe down the ramp and go a little too far, they see this. Like, this only works if your opponent is like, I'm going to get the minimum distance possible, build my Nexus, and then go up to the main. There's still a non-zero chance that the probe just ends up scouting this anyways. Oh my god. But no. Showtime is too precise. If the probe builds... Oh wait. He's figured it out. The probe on the other side saw there was a severe lack of barracks in the base. As well as two... Oh, he bunked! There's a bunker! He's gonna block with a bunker. Not that he was gonna take the expand now anyways, but... No expand for you. A second probe comes down. Does he know that the barracks is there yet? He's gonna lead him. Ah! So, the thing is... He might not realize... Fake. Oh, he builds another one! He might not realize how close the barracks is. Okay. That could make a lot of the difference. Stalker, I'm sure being chrono boosted. Yes. He might... Nope. He misses a shot and eats a hit. Using that high ground vision there. Clem. Trying to keep on top of that Reaper. Doing a good job thus far. Oh. Oh, the Stalker's almost done. Will he get the Zealot? He goes big. It almost cost him his life. The bunker's there still to block and draw fire. Zest. No, I'm sorry, Freudian slip. Showtime on the other side. He's gonna delay. So Clem, this has been a macro cheese. As Clem is a bit of a macro player himself. The Proxy Rex Double Reaper bunker block into expand. But guess, oh, come on, Showtime proxy us. If Showtime proxy to Stargate there or something, I would lose my mind, and he would probably lose the game because it's super easily scouted by the SCV. But Showtime kept his probe in position. It looks like we're just gonna play it out. I don't see anything. It's going to be 3-gate Robo out of Showtime, which is a usual macro build. It's just happening a little quicker because he was severely encouraged. Meanwhile, Clem, Cyclone, Tank, Viking, all the makings of early defense. He hasn't spotted the Robo yet, which would be very important for him because he doesn't know what flavor of Protoss is coming up next. Stalkers looking for an opportunity. They remember to check the watchtower. The Reapers will retreat. The Reapers are actually pretty important for delaying as much as possible. There's a non-zero chance that Showtime just comes across and kills Clem right now, especially if he's a little out of position. There's a lot of random units on the minimap. Scouring. Showtime is ahead on workers as well, so it's not like there's a huge... There's actually like no units for Clem. He's got SCVs. You know it's not great when you have to say, well, he's got SCVs. But for the units that in particular he has, SCVs potentially important. The Viking, there's just a whole lot going on here. The tanks need to remain unsieged. He can easily... Oh, the boys... There's just not really... The boys are pulled! Okay. He's down to 1 tank, though. Is Clem dead? Yes! Showtime! Takes it home. And he just kind of goes across the map and kills him. Clem, once again, getting so ahead of himself. But, at the end of the day, Showtime just kind of defends and then slaps back with way more strength. Some solid games, and then also game 3. But hopefully you enjoyed. Good luck to Clem in the future, but Showtime holding strong again. What do you think? Does Terran... Well, should he have gone mech? Should he have played Zerg? All the important questions and answers in the YouTube comments after you like and subscribe and ring the bell and do all those exciting things. Type a Kappa in the chat. Thank you, Wardy, for sending out those games. Subscribe to Wardy today. Twitch.tv/Wardy with 3 eyes. Don't ask why. Good luck and have fun.